Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Mao from Chiro Matchmaker. Super excited to be with you today, giving another pro tip, number 4 out of our 4-part mini series that's going to lead us into the webinar in just a couple nights. So, high level, what we've talked about so far is number 1, when do you know you're ready to hire an associate? Number 2, we took a look at the 5 critical questions you need to answer before you hire a chiropractor, an associate chiropractor, getting true clarity around what you're trying to accomplish. Number 3, we discussed hiring the right person for the right job. Remember, all of us have different attributes. If you don't hire the right attributes for a doctor in the position you're looking for, there's no way that doctor is going to flourish. So let's put the right doctor in the right position so they can flourish and you can have more impact in your community. Number 4, this is what we're going to go through today. We are going to talk about the associate interview process. I get questions about this all the time. Number 1, we're going to help you out. I'm going to get you a guide here in just a minute, but there's really a 3-legged stool of hiring or interviewing a doctor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay once again high level again because I'm going to do a deep dive during that webinar. But they're really a 3-step process. Number 1, objective. Number 2, subjective. And number 3, historical. So when we start to talk about objective, what you need to do is you need to take a look at really 3 parts of the mind or the brain. And you need to test each one of those. There's 3 different parts of that. There's the cognitive. Cognitive is what they know, how smart they are. How intelligent they are. Number 2 is the conative. And the conative is how they're going to behave in your practice when you onboard them and get them into your office. And then number 3 is going to be the affective test. And the affective is, you know what do they get energized out of? What motivates them? What do they love? And just to let you know, Chiro Matchmakers, what we did is we purchased a suite of assessments that we help our doctors that hire through us to make sure objectively these things are getting done, because this really tells us the attributes that these doctors are going to bring to the table to make sure we get them in the right jobs in your practice doing the right work. We need to know these attributes, and these suites of tests is what we use, and it's been awesome to be able to see how well they work at hiring right. Number 2, subjective. So the subjective is this interview process. And here we go. If you put down in the comments below, interview guide, we're going to send you something we sell on our website called the interview guide. It's 18 pages, 5 steps to interviewing. Just high level, those 5 steps is number 1, phone interview. Number 2, in-person interview. Number 3, adjusting interview. Number 4, dinner interview. And then number 5 is really that contract talk, getting things set up, expectations and agreement interview. But there's an 18-page guide we'll send to you. So once again, comment below, interview guide, we'll get that out into your hands. Then the 3rd step to this is usually the step that's missed the most, and that's historical. You need to get references, number 1. When you get references, you have to call on those references, number 2. So let me ask you this. What's the weather going to be like today? How can you predict the weather, and what's the best predictor? It's yesterday's weather, right? So what we want to do is we want to find out what happened in their last few job experiences. So we want to call on those references because they are going to be the predictor of how this person's going to react in your office. And then lastly, what we did at Chiro Matchmakers is we have a company that does background checks, credit checks, and license checks just to make sure that these docs don't have anything on the list that you wouldn't want to hire them in your office. So once again, 3-legged stool of the interview process: objective, subjective, and historical. Once again, high level. I hope you pulled a nugget or 2 out of this. But remember, we're going to go a deep dive. Remember, on the very first video, we talked about successful associateships roadmap, 10 steps. I'm going to unpack that on August 27th, 8:30 in the evening. We're going to do a deep dive on who to hire, how to find the right doctor, how we can help you accomplish that if that need be. But remember, as always, if you're ready to take action now, which I know I like to, I always like to take action now. If you heard something you liked, you'd like to dig deeper dive into this information below, please put brainstorming session in the comments. We'll IM each other and get on my schedule. I can help you right now. Once again, Dr. Mark Mao, look forward to helping you here real soon with what you're doing in your practice. Until next time, thanks.